This is a really exciting episode for us because not that long ago we received a call from Harrison's Antiques and Auctions in Yorkshire to say that we were able to drop down, take a visit, and see if we wanted to take a double pitch. Of course, we absolutely jumped at the chance. If you've never been to Harrison's, you are in for a treat. It's located in Thurnscoe in Yorkshire, just off the A1 and M1. A really fabulous location. It is packed with over 500 dealers. It really is an amazing day out. Now, imagine our surprise when they took us up to our pitch, and this is what they were offering us, an incredible double pitch. At this point here, it wasn't even built, but of course, we absolutely could not say no. We were so excited. We took a bit of time to have another look round the centre and of course then started to make our plans. We agreed straight away we were going to take it. We came back home over to Manchester and began to sort through stock, knowing really that a pitch that size was going to be filled with furniture, but it was a great opportunity to sift through the inventory and make some decisions. So here I am now, packing up everything, ready to go over. That's pretty much gone. I've actually sold these things, so they're going to get sent off. I'm going over to the new pitch, and there's plenty of stuff here, and we're just about to go and get a van, and then all this will be going with us to Yorkshire. So today we're in the van that we've hired to do a few Facebook Marketplace pickups in order to fill the pitch. It is a huge space and we've taken all our own vintage stuff there, and now we need to buy some pieces to fill it, and it's all very, very exciting because this is our little dream. We've always wanted to have a van and to drive around, certainly here we're in lovely Yorkshire countryside, drive around picking up pieces, antiquing, doing the fairs, all of that stuff. So we have brought all of this to life. It's exciting stuff. And here we are arriving at Harrison's, ready to unload. Here he is.
Is that okay here?
So here we are at the pitch, and it's big, which is so exciting because we've got so many plans for this, but it is just going to take a while for us to get sorted because Mark hasn't retired yet, and we've managed to pick up a few lovely pieces, but we obviously want a lot more in here. But yay, and we're at the end of the corridor. This is we're here, pitch 128. We've already put that up, my favourite picture. So what was actually a really busy day. This is as far as we got. We drove over a lot of West and South Yorkshire picking up bits. We bought the shelves, the table, the bureau, some lovely little handmade pieces like this one here. We managed to get as much as we could with the time we had left that day set up. Hello. And then look there out the window, we've got the Trotters trading van just outside, and here we bought these drawers, this beautiful antique chair. And so here's how far we've got today, which it's really come on, but this is like been a lot taken a lot longer than we expected really, just because there's a lot of moving things around and checking out different layouts and so on, and we don't want to rush. And so at the end of an amazing first day, we headed home, really pleased with how far we'd come in just one day. It wasn't perfect, it's not exactly how we want this to look, but we were chuffed with how far we got. Okay, there's a little bit missing now in the story because we've been filming these clips as we've been going over and kind of trying to document what's been going on at Harrison's. I've been filming stuff for Instagram that way and stuff for YouTube that way, and trying to put all of my clips together, and I've got a little bit missing in terms of what fits for YouTube. So here I am now to just explain. After that first day, Bearing in mind at this point, Mark still had a full-time job. But after that day, we were really exhausted, but we were so pleased with how we'd got on. And as much as this is not the finished look for our pitch, we were happy that we'd got stuff in there. Mark had actually painted the walls, which he went over and did that one day without me, so I didn't get any footage of that. But obviously you've seen as far as we got at this point. Now, we wanted to go back a week later at the weekend because of his job to take some more stuff over, and also at this point we were going to set up the other corner ready for Scarlett. Now, you might have seen Scarlett, our youngest daughter, on a previous YouTube episode. She's obsessed with art, fashion, design. She already sells vintage and pre-loved clothing on Vinted. She has a little brand, Scarlett Grace, and she designs her own clothes and so on. So she's obsessed with sewing. You'll always see her making. And we'd offered to her a little corner because we feel it's really important to give her the opportunity to learn some important life skills. So not only to learn about retail and selling, but to think about how to style it, and using a blend of pre-loved clothing and clothing that she makes, give her the chance to kind of get stuck into this project, if you like. We said to her, you can style it however you like. We have got Oxford stone on the walls, and the other, in our part of the pitch, it's a lovely neutral, warm stone colour that we felt would go really nicely with the wood stuff that we want to sell and the textiles and things. But she came out and she said, well, I want pink, bright pink, bubblegum pink. We were like, that's absolutely fine. We can divide it off and make it like a little section of its own at one side of the pitch. Roger at Harrison's, we'd already spoken to him and said, are we okay to give like a little corner to our daughter? He was like, absolutely fine, it's your pitch, do what you want, divide it up how you like. And so we set about getting this project off the ground with Scarlett. She painted her own sign. She told us what she needed, wanted like a dressing table and a coat hook and a clothes rack. And we did already luckily have some of those things. And we were able to go back over a week later to reset the pitch, take some more things for our part, and to start working on Scarlett's Corner. Now, I sadly have no footage of the pair of them painting it pink. I did get some that I put on Instagram, but it's like I said, it's the wrong orientation for YouTube. But you get the picture. Bright pink paint, another day of hard work, getting everything sorted for her, and I'll show you now in the rest of the video some of that work. So here we are back at the pitch. We're having a little reset, adding some new things. And over here, Scarlett is busy making her coat rack. So yeah, I will keep you posted. Thank you so much for watching so far, and see how things evolve at pitch 127, 128. We've just sold this table, and now we're had to reset all the middle of the pitch here. And then Scarlett is now setting in this corner over here, doing a really good job. Going to be kind of vintage fashion, really beautiful pieces. We've got lots of plans for this area. But now you can see in the middle here, we're just rearranging again, and we'll go out and try and find some more tables. All of this still to do. Okay, one for the YouTube. This is the sign going up. Scarlett's bit, which is going to look really cool. And so that brings us to the end of this episode, where you can see how far we got. There is so much to do, a lot of floor space, huge plans that we have for this whole project, but it's going to evolve over time. It's also something that I'm learning to do, is to take footage when I'm there and get home and edit it and keep on top of it all. But this was really the kind of finishing point about a month ago. Since then, it has evolved again. I have got more footage. There will be more episodes. I will take you with me and show you what we've got. But it's been one heck of an exciting ride. And as I record this, it is only 6 weeks ago that we actually started this whole thing. Since then, you'll have seen in my previous episode that Mark has retired, and now we are doing this full time, as well as continuing with our online selling and starting to do the vintage fairs. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Don't judge. I keep saying that to them at Harrison's. There's an awful lot still to do here, and this eclectic mix you see in front of you isn't exactly what we want. But for now, we're absolutely delighted and would love to see you down at Harrison's.